Hello, my friends, and welcome back. As you might remember, about a month ago, a month and a half ago, I think there were some elections, presidential elections in France between Marine Le Pen eventually and Emmanuel, I was about to say Emmanuel Trump, Emmanuel Macron, and where Emmanuel Macron won with 58%, Le Pen lost with 42%. There was a big jump for Le Pen, which seems like right now she's having a greater success than that. So this article comes from Reuters from June 19th, 2022, and this is the title. Ignore the exaggerations or the derogatory terms assigned to her and her party. But nevertheless, that's the assessment of these guys. Far right sends shockwaves in France after electoral breakthrough. France's far right scored a historic success in legislative elections on Sunday, increasing its number of lawmakers almost tenfold and cementing the party's rise from fringe status to the mainstream opposition. Since taking the helm of the party in 2011, leader Marine Le Pen has sought to rid of National Front, now called the National Rally, of the anti-Semitic image it acquired under the nearly 40-year leadership of her father, ex-paratrooper Jean-Marie Le Pen. I listen to the guy. I would like you to listen to the guy as well and make your own opinion on the anti-Semitic Jean-Marie Le Pen. As well, I would like you to listen to some interviews, which I did, of Marine Le Pen, his daughter, with some very, very, very sleazy reporters, interviewers that would not never ask anybody else, but maybe Putin, Ahmadinejad, these thugs will ask these kind of questions. Never a respectable Western leader who needs to play ball with. Okay, here you go. Can you answer this? Yeah, thank you very much. Just watch them. It's disgusting. So make your own opinion. Just listen to them. Don't let other people, tell you, oh, you know what, he's an anti-Semite. Listen to him. Listen. Or to her. Now, if criticizing a certain country means that you are anti that country, it's a big stretch. You can't criticize anybody then. I can't criticize Germany. I'm anti-German or something. Anyway, it's a long stretch. Securing 42% in April's presidential election, Le Pen has already tapped into the general disenchantment with President Emmanuel Macron and identify anger across the country over the rising cost of living and the decline of many rural communities, and immigration, and a membership in EU, and a membership of NATO, all these three things, and there's more than that. You should, again, listen to her, read the party's ideology or program, and find out what exactly that is. Front National, read for yourselves. Don't listen to these guys give you three ideas, two ideas. Oh, what the fuck is going on with this woman? What's wrong with her? I mean, we already know she's far right? We already know she's the daughter of an anti-Semite. So discard her from the get-go. Don't do that. Look for the truth. Look for the truth. And then we have, on Sunday, she took that one step further. According to estimates, Le Pen's party will win between 85 and 90 seats. Between 85 and 90. Up from just 2 in 2012 and 8 in 2017, which could make it the second largest party in parliament. Major pollster last week estimated just 25 pollsters, I'm sorry, it's not only one, estimated last week just 25 to 50 seats. So between 25 and 56, let's say 35. That's how much they thought she would make an average, let's say 35. 35, and they say they will win between 85 and 90, let's say 80, 87. So it's a big gap between 35 and 87, don't you think? But that reminds me of another presidential election with, in 2016, when some people, because they're called sometimes names, if they vote or they say, well, I like candidate A or candidate B or something like that, then they call names, thinking that if they call those people, they would not vote the way they feel like voting. And then when they say, are you with candidate A? No, I'm not. When they go alone in the booth and pass it over. That's why they were very off in 2016 with the pollsters. For the same reason, a lot of people did not disclose and did not tell the truth. That's why they're off. And besides, that makes a psychological effect, which means, oh, these other people want to be in the winning team. regardless. They don't really have an ideology of a heart for something. They want to be with the winners. They don't want to be in a minority. They're cowards. So then they say, okay, who's winning? Those guys. I'm with them. I'm with you guys. I want to belong with the winning part. So they don't have any conflict with anybody. And a lot of people just say, if they see, oh, he's winning long, and the other one is losing, I'm going to be with the winning team. That's a psychological innate feature of ours. And I like this, how we change from one color to another color. I'm pretty sure soon we'll end the contract, me and this camera, like that. All right. Okay, and I'm quoting, we have achieved our 3 objectives, that of making Emmanuel Macron a minority president without control of power, and that of pursuing the political composition essential to democratic renewal. A triumphant Le Pen told reporters after being re-elected in northern France and vowing to be a respectful opposition. And I'm quoting again, and of forming a decisive opposition group against the deconstructors from above, the Macronists, and from below, the NUPES. She added, referring to the left-wing alliance, which should become the largest opposition bloc in parliament, but whose main far-left party, La France Insoumise, is set to win fewer seats than the RN. All right, Le Pen's party. Sunday's result killed a so-called Republican front of voters of all stripes, the Rainbow Coalition, sounds familiar, that had rallied behind a mainstream candidate to prevent the far right progressing. It also vindicated the Le Pen strategy to recast the party's image, which also refusing to join forces with pundit-turned-nationalist politician Eric Zemmour, who's one of the Zelenskys, by the way, after the presidential vote. Eric Zemmour. While in terms of seats, Le Pen's party will be behind the left-wing grouping, it will enable the RN to have much more weighing in parliament. It will, for example, be able to put forward no confidence vote against the government, no confidence votes against the government, send draft legislation to France's top constitutional court, lead parliamentary commissions, and have much more speaking time in the National Assembly. And I'm quoting again, we are facing a democratic shock because of a very strong breakthrough by the Rassemblement National. Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire told France 2 television. It's very strange that these guys get this many votes after the, but she got what, 42% during the, I'm going to change this way. It's impossible. Thank you. Let's do it this way. I'm going to have my face only. There you go. So instead of having the white is right. So nevertheless, congratulations, Marine Le Pen. Very good job, and keep fighting. She's a very, very, very smart lady. I heard her speak, answered questions, very provocative questions and very rude questions, but nevertheless, she kept her composure and she smacked them every time she answered those questions. She was right at the point, and she was asking logical questions. She was just destroying the so-called interviewers, and how do we want to call those pieces of garbage. That's what they were. But nevertheless, I like when they ask these questions, if they would ask it across the board, but they don't. They ask only some, and they ask such a snooty, rude way. You can ask that, but what is your, your self-respect? They don't have none, because they're servants to the corporate mass media. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.